Let's lay it all on the table. If a zombie apocalypse was to occur tomorrow, you're most likely fucked. If you live in a populated city, you're fucked. If the zombies are those World War Z zombies, you're super fucked. So here's my guide on how to survive a zombie invasion, because clearly you think you're the main protagonist of a zombie movie. That's why you stuck around this far into the video. But let's be honest, you'll most likely be dead within the first 24 hours. The aim of this video is to chronicle the best survival guide in the event of a zombie outbreak, Botswana edition.
So, we just landed in Botswana. Did you get any shots of Botswana, Jazz, or?
Botswana is a large desert biome with minimum resources and hardly anything ever happens here. Now, let's establish a few most likelies or hypotheticals. What are we dealing with, the enemy, the place, and lastly, the best safe zone. There's different types of zombies. My source, every zombie movie ever. At least it's not Wikipedia.
This isn't Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia? Using Wikipedia as your source of information?
Normally, when we say zombies, we mean the undead, virus-spreading, flesh-eating, bite mark indicating zombies. Only in recent times have we gotten countless variations on this. Zombies that can infect you via scratch, hybrid zombies, vampire zombies, zombie dogs, The Last of Us zombies. And for the purposes of this video, we're not dealing with those kind. We're talking the normal undead. Because let's be realistic here. The virus infection has various incubation periods. For some people, it takes a few minutes after the first bite. Others, hours. Some between 24 hours and 48. Timeline of events? I'm placing us at least a week into worldwide spread. Ground zero being the United States or China. Either one is most likely to fuck us. From here, you can use your imagination and connect the dots on how it spreads to the rest of the world. But by day 7, our first in-home infection has either been detected or not. Refer to 2019 and the
Unspecified virus of unknown origin.
for reference on how things would most likely go down. You and I know it would most probably be branded as a spiritual attack than a zombie apocalypse. Botswana wouldn't take it seriously, with mothers and aunties choosing to go to church rather than admitting it's the end of the world. Let's be honest, Botswana isn't like America. You won't be decked in full military gear with AR-7s. You have one of two options: get in your car and drive, or lock yourself in your home and wait to be eaten. Little more than a walking corpse, this degree of infection will most likely have the body decomposing in about 3 to 4 months. The zombies will decompose faster in the heat. Scavenging is overall the hardest, as Botswana is a harsh desert country with less availability to water and crops. If the zombies don't wipe us out, then the lack of resources will. In the movies, people raid supermarkets. In Botswana, forget it. ShopRite shelves would look like January after Christmas. Instead, learn from the old way. Bomoroho, mopani worms, and that stash of canned beans your mother's been keeping just in case visitors come. A large flood of zombies will be pouring in from neighboring countries and areas close to the borders, with numbers not subsiding easily. A sudden drawback for mankind.
Why don't you come down here so I can suck your cock, pretty boy?
First thing you gotta do, forget about family. Forget about family, forget about friends. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. However, there's safety in numbers. A collective community surviving and striving towards rebuilding is an overall better chance in such an epidemic. It is easier to have trustworthy people looking over your shoulder, having people with different skills working together to ensure survival. Although, one zombie movie trope is the moral breakdown of communities and systematic collapse of society, there is higher chances of having insidious motives within a group of people fighting for their own survival, like selfishness, perversion, cowardice, brutality. The worst parts of humanity appear during the hardest of times. What most movies don't show you is that Africa is most likely the best safe haven. In this case, especially countries like Botswana with more space and less population for infections to rampage through, the likelihood of nukes being launched at Botswana as a last-ditch attempt to wipe out the zombies is almost near zero. With no major metropolitan cities to be wiped off the Botswana map, far from geopolitical flashpoints, and probably not a high-priority strike zone. A direct hit, almost no chance. Indirect impact, like very likely, depending on the scale and location of the war. I'm sure the hardest zombies to get away from would be those gym rat dudes. You know, imagine this whole muscle bound human being managing to get a hold of you. South Korea has Train to Busan, India has Go Go Gone, the UK has Shaun of the Dead, and the US has a whole catalog of zombie films. Almost to this point, each country has produced a zombie flick. I think Botswana should test out these waters sometime soon by producing a feature-length zombie flick, innovative and creative enough, incorporating Setswana proverbs, traditional healers, and folklore. This could make it stand out in a crowded genre, enough to put it on the map. Okay, so stay tuned for part 2 of my video, where we go in depth and truly answer how to survive a zombie apocalypse in Botswana.